Have you ever wondered what truly makes an economy grow, not just in size, but in its ability to produce more with the same resources? It is a question that fascinates economists and policymakers alike. In macroeconomics, growth accounting is a powerful analytical technique used to decompose the observed growth rate of a country's gross domestic product, or GDP, into the contributions of its underlying sources. Essentially, it helps us understand whether growth comes from having more workers, more machines, or simply using existing resources more efficiently. The core idea behind growth accounting rests on a fundamental aggregate production function, which posits that output is produced using inputs of capital and labor, along with a catch-all factor for productivity. We typically break down growth into three main components. First, labor input, which includes the number of hours worked and the quality of the workforce, reflecting education and skills. Second, capital input, covering physical capital like factories and machinery, as well as infrastructure. The third, and often most fascinating component, is total factor productivity, or TFP. This TFP is often called the Solow residual, named after economist Robert Solow, because it accounts for the portion of growth that cannot be explained by changes in labor or capital alone. It captures the impact of technological progress, innovation, improved management practices, and better institutional frameworks. For example, if workers become more skilled or new technologies allow existing machines to produce more, that is TFP at work. To perform growth accounting, economists use statistical methods to estimate the contribution of each factor. They rely on economic models that relate changes in GDP to changes in capital stock, labor for size, and advancements in technology or efficiency. By quantifying these contributions, we can see precisely how much of a nation's growth is attributable to each source. This method allows for a clear, empirical breakdown, giving policymakers tangible areas to focus on. The beauty of growth accounting lies in its ability to highlight the often unseen driver of long-term prosperity, total factor productivity. While increasing labor or capital can certainly boost output, it is the continuous improvement in TFP that represents truly sustainable economic advancement. It suggests that innovation, research and development, and human capital development are not just good ideas, but measurable engines of national wealth. Without growth accounting, TFP might remain as an abstract concept, but this method turns it into a quantifiable force. Understanding the unique contributions of labor, capital, and total factor productivity through growth accounting equips us with crucial insights. It moves us beyond simply observing GDP growth to understanding its fundamental drivers, enabling smarter policy decisions that foster innovation and efficiency, ultimately paving the way for more robust and resilient economies.